Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome God and
Hi. You know what? It's been like a full minute since you let me smell the beer. I still smell it. I still smell whatever that strong candy smell is. So let's just start off by saying, hi, welcome to Gods and Monsters. But what are we drinking today?
Well, because the bar's not open yet, I'm drinking what is called a butterscotch beer, which literally smells like a Werther's butterscotch candy. It's non-alcoholic. Oh, it says it's a cream soda.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to give it a try.
Todd is also a fan of the cream sodas, if I recall. And speaking of Todd.
Holy crap, that is good.
Wait, let me grab a drink.
Okay, please do.
That is delicious.
Give me the name again. What is that?
I don't even know who makes it. Who makes that?
As we're saying that.
Flying Cauldron butterscotch beer.
Flying Cauldron, I believe, was a wrestling move at one time.
Jimmy
I don't know.
Superfly Snuka. Off the top rope with the Flying Cauldron.
Well, welcome to episode 150 at the
Woo!
third anniversary of
We made
Gods
it.
and Monsters.
We made it.
We made it to 150 episodes. It really...
No, I meant Gods and Monsters made it to 3 years.
Yes, they made it to 3 years. It was the third anniversary. Think about where we were 3 years ago today. We had those tables all set up. We were trying to get YouTube live.
That was a disaster.
We had like 3 tables, and we had wires and mess everywhere.
We tried.
Opening the doors.
Yes,
Yay.
Todd, once again, opening the doors as he has done for the last 3 years now, or for the past 2 years. The doors are open as he says, welcome to Gods and Monsters.
Not quite the fanfare from the original
Yes.
grand opening.
But if you were to see out into the lobby here, they've got a lot of things
yeah.
that are going to be set up here today. This episode, of course, won't really be up until Monday probably. So what we'll do is we'll keep it current. We'll try and talk about the future. Or maybe we'll reflect back on the past. But to say what's going on right now might be a little strange. But once again, people are walking in the doors as they begin year 3 at Gods and Monsters.
That is really a fantastic achievement. With all the hardships that not just this store has gone through, but
Businesses in general.
just any store. It's tough when you're trying to establish a brand, you're trying to establish your store, and they did a fantastic job of that when they were in the.
Despite their owner who doesn't promote so well.
Yeah, he needs to work on his marketing.
Get your
skills.
drink. Yes.
Yep.
Now, when he gets a drink, does he go to the register and actually pay for it? I want to say no.
If I owned a store, I would just be like, "This is mine. This is
Right.
mine. This is mine. I'm going to drink this. This is
Yeah.
mine."
And I'd also take the bottle and I'd slap it up against the desk too because it's mine. I own it. Oh my goodness, Todd Fisher, what are you drinking today?
a pink
Man,
drink.
this is the best. Okay, so as anybody that knows me knows, I'm a big fan of the Swamp Pop. It's while it sounds awful, they're all very, very, very good.
It sounds like there's sediment in it.
They do a praline cream soda. They do this one sounds weird, but it's actually really tasty. Is a cucumber ginger ale.
Oh,
But,
That's weird.
My favorite rather. They do a tangerine, which is awesome, which I don't have in stock right now. But this is the
Did they call it Tangerine Dream? Because
the-
that would be cool.
Ponchatoula Pop Rouge.
oh my!
So it's a strawberry, like a light strawberry, and it's very good.
Now, how do you decide which vendors to use when it comes to things like this?
You know what? That falls on Anna mostly. She's been curating the both the bar and the soda selection pretty much since the beginning. We're narrowing it down with Jen and Josh.
Now, does she come to you and say, "What's your opinion on these?" And then you do a taste
very
test?
seldom, but with anything really.
I just, once in a while, if you get one and there's a spit take, and then you're like, "All right, so we're not going to use that one." That doesn't
you know
happen.
what? She's got a very good palate.
Okay.
Between her and Jen and Josh, I think they.
There she is. There's an Anna sighting.
Oh man, really?
Oh wow.
Yep.
Maybe
She's like the prettiest Sasquatch.
I think that maybe she's sat with us once in the past year.
Oh,
maybe.
man.
So maybe she'll sit for, even if it's just for a
Some
few
people,
moments.
we're not even really sure if she is real.
Oh,
Yeah.
No?
my.
Oh wait, by the way, I haven't sipped on this yet. You should take a sip. Should take a sip.
I just wanted to get a smell of
Yeah,
it.
try it. Right.
That does smell pretty good. It smells like a carnival.
I'll try it.
Carnival. No, please
No,
go
you
right
sure?
ahead. A
Like,
carnival. It
no.
smells like a carnival. It's a carnival.
does.
Hold
But
on. There's a carnival in my mouth.
The good parts of a carnival, not like the
There's a party in your mouth and everybody's coming.
not the fourth
Hi-yo.
grade dropout running the Ferris wheel.
Hey guys, 3 years.
I know,
Unbelievable.
3 years.
That's crazy.
Now
right?
refresh our memories. Third year anniversary of the
Your
business.
name is what?
And your
Oh.
name is 3 years with the company. How long now here? Just a little over a year.
I think we were like doing the planning and all that stuff for almost a full year prior to the opening. Like there was about a year or so, at very least 6 months. My Anna,
So wait.
Anna could tell me, but
We did the 2.
We did the 2 year anniversary here.
Did we?
yeah, we're 3 years as a physical store,
Sure.
in one location or another.
Yeah.
But I think we've been working like an entity, like a business entity, for
Right.
a little bit longer.
Grand opening and first anniversary were at the other place.
Right.
Yes.
So now we're second anniversary and third anniversary here.
Here we
Yes.
are.
Yes.
Look at
Year
that.
3 has begun.
Man, and what a ruckus 3 years it has been.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I always tell the wife that we've been through probably a decade's worth of
Yeah.
of trouble.
You've-
Just through all this.
You've
stuff,
aged, Todd.
Man.
You've
Oh
aged.
man, seriously.
Yes.
Like,
During the grand opening, he pretty much looked like Charlie Brown.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
And now,
Welcome in.
Full
please
head
come
of
in.
lush
Welcome to
hair
Gods and
and-
Monsters.
happy 3-year anniversary.
Yes, happy 3 anniversary. Yes, little handshake. Yes, welcome.
We
welcome
did
to the
it.
store. Please come in, walk around, take a look around.
Well, it's it's weird because you hear about the common rule of thumb with small businesses
24
First
months.
year.
is well, yeah, if you
can get past the first year?
yeah, if you can get past those first couple of years, man, you're doing all right. And I guess we're doing all right.
You're not just doing all right. I mean, you've had to jump over some pretty high hurdles
It's true
to
story.
get to here.
True story. And through that, we got 2 years as Orlando's best with Orlando.
Yes,
Weekly.
yes. I
terrific.
see
That
you've
just came
got
out,
a-
right? Just came out.
Well, the second year was last year.
Voting
And
is
then,
going
third,
right now.
Third year is voting. Voting and nomination. I think nominations are right now.
Oh, okay.
Official voting starts like in the next couple of weeks.
And there's
Gotcha.
a flyer up at the
but-
register here, I
That's
believe.
true. But
And-
the nominations, I believe, count towards the final votes.
Right.
So
And it
Now,
is just an honor to be nominated.
When does voting
It's true.
start, did you say?
soon, like shortly, in
Okay.
the next maybe 2 weeks or so.
Do you have details on how to vote? Is it an online thing?
I believe it's OrlandoWeekly.com.
Yes.
Great, okay.
/ Todd. That's not true.
And I recall that you said on our last episode.
I will run my scripts and vote 30,000 times for you.
Nice.
Yes, you said on one of our previous episodes that year 1 you guys won it. It was like, yeah, good for you guys,
Oh,
kick
yeah.
ass. And then the second year it was like,
Aw.
let's give it to those guys.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
those poor guys are getting kicked out of their
Exactly.
other place.
I think third year will be the charm,
Right.
at least in my heart,
Right.
because then it'll be like, man, maybe we're doing something right. Because
Right.
yeah, like the first year is like, oh wow, look at this place.
This place is
Second
awesome.
year is like,
Vote. Second year is like,
aw.
aw, vote.
The awe vote.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. I've been to a couple other comic book stores and memorabilia stores in the Orlando area, and they ain't got shit on you.
I know,
Oh,
I know. It's
that's-
true.
that's
it's
very
true.
sweet of you.
And how
That's
many of them
very
have
nice.
a bar in the back with Jen?
True story.
None.
I love that he was
None.
specific about with
Right.
Jen.
No one's got a
There,
Jen.
there are a few with a bar. We love Aaron. We love a comic shop. We love the Geek Easy.
Well, you have to have a community. I mean, you can't
that's
just have
right.
one store in
Right.
a
No,
place.
man.
I mean,
I know. And
I understand Jen is taking a hiatus for a month or something. She
is that
said
true?
something about. Or she didn't tell you.
I don't know.
Okay, well,
I don't know. Probably.
Spoiler
Oh,
alert.
is that true?
Sorry about that.
We've got other
Sorry,
bartenders,
Jen.
so
Didn't
no,
realize.
That's funny.
You should tell your boss what's going on.
Whatever's happening.
Yes.
I hope she has fun.
No. I think she's going on a trip or something for a couple of weeks.
cool.
You know,
Good.
we were also mentioning about
She
speaking
deserves
of,
it.
of other Gods and Monsters employees. Spider and Mouse, are they on some sort of trip right now?
Spider and Mouse are actually they were always kind of a what do you call it, a private addition to what we were
Sure.
doing. I think they're both doing contract work for like Disney and Universal, or,
Yes,
or just
yes.
maybe just Disney.
I was just saying that I saw on Facebook that I think they were on a trip together somewhere, and Spider
Aw.
took Mouse
They're
to
in
like
love.
the place where Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie was shot. Apparently, they drove down that street or
Oh,
something, and
that's
Mouse
cool.
Mouse just posted that on Facebook last week.
man.
Apparently, so maybe they're on some little
Super cool.
trip that I hope they're videotaping.
What an
somewhere.
interesting reality we live in, where we only know of our friends from some online thing. It's
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard on Facebook that this was happening. Really? Okay.
I haven't heard. And if you go to Facebook page, by the way, on Gods and Monsters, there's a whole list of events. Of course, as always, you guys always have the events coming up here. Can you
Sure.
think of anything coming up in the next week or so that?
God, we've been so busy getting ready for this one.
Right,
I don't know. We've got. I know that we've got. The standard movie nights and
Yeah,
our
I've seen a lot
Yes.
about that. Yeah.
Our trivia on Wednesdays are have been kicking off.
Your
pretty
trivia
well
guy
with
was on
Awesome
Fox's
Lab.
The Good Day Orlando
He
show,
sure
Good Day
was.
Extra,
Yeah,
on the
how
9
did that-
o'clock
how did
hour.
that go? Were you there?
I watched from home. Please, I'm a school.
Okay.
I'm a school teacher. I have no time for those things.
All right.
But I taped it to see.
Oh yeah, of course. You're
And
So dumb.
so yeah, class, gather around. We're going to watch this. So I watched this. I watched the segment, and they had the anchors from the show, which was David and Amy and Danielle and Jamie, the weather guy, all do Star Wars trivia.
Sure.
They got every question wrong.
Every
question
one.
wrong.
It was so funny.
It was a great little segment, but it was a good way to also promote.
What
where,
green character sent Luke to Dagobah? The Wampa.
The Hulk?
The Hulk?
The
Oh,
Hulk?
no. So yeah,
Wait,
all
so that
all
thing from
questions.
Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
That's
what?
right.
They got every
Kermit the Frog.
question wrong, and it was a great comedy.
It was a good bit.
It was a good bit.
If
And
they had gotten something wrong, or if they had gotten something right, I think it would have diminished
right,
the
they got
the
every
comedy
question
appeal.
wrong. Yes, they got every
Every
question
single
wrong.
one, and not like wrong, like
But just-
stunningly wrong.
But so speaking of Facebook, that's how that all came together. David sends me a message saying, Gods and Monsters doing anything for the Solo movie? And I was like, no, but they do trivia, every once a week. And he's like, oh, who's that guy? I was like, okay, let me get in touch with him. I got in touch with Anna. She gave me the link.
Did
I
he
linked it to
ask
him.
you? Did he ask you if we were doing anything? That's so cool.
Yeah,
Like,
David
that
asked,
needs
like,
to be considered.
are Gods and Monsters doing anything for the Solo premiere? And I was like, well, it comes out on this day, but I know they do the trivia,
Sure.
So I sent him the link, and he was like, cool, could we get them to come out? So they came out, and they were on the morning show.
Yeah, I think we did the Star Wars trivia that night, and then we did like a big sale that day.
Oh.
On Star Wars stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, that
was
went
very
well.
that was very cool. And then he gave a
Apparently,
little
you
shout
did
out.
You did more than like. Who does that stuff? Disney?
What's that?
The Star Wars movies?
Yeah, it's the Disney.
Okay.
It is the Disney.
I understand that didn't do as expected.
You know what? Hey, while we're on Star
Please.
Wars, can we talk about toxic fandom for a
Sure,
minute?
let's do that.
Now,
I
and how
heard
all-
some blowback on some
Man.
actress that was.
So here's the thing.
Stop it.
People will come up to me and say, "Hey, Todd, did you like The Last Jedi?" I'm like, "No, I loved The Last Jedi.
Ah.
I loved it
Because you're a fan.
because I'm a fan. Because I didn't bother growing up. So
So you
I'm-
had
I'm
no
s- I'm s-
childhood to
I'm s-
ruin.
I'm still a kid at heart,
Mm-hmm.
and I still know how to enjoy things, and I still have light in my soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that a lot of the blowback that Solo is getting, which by the way is another great film.
Yes.
I believe it's a lot of people still kind of butthurt over whatever their feelings are on
They
Last
make
Jedi.
their own movies up in their head, and then that's
Yeah.
not what they see, and they're like, I don't like
I
this.
get it. Yeah, I mean, I get people not liking it because it's not
It's
your
not
typical
exactly the same thing over.
That's right.
Again.
It's right. And if they've done anything with Last Jedi, they have done something that I haven't. I got something out of this that I haven't had in almost 30 years of Star Wars fandom, and that's like I have no idea what happens next.
Right.
Like I have zero idea.
I don't wanna.
Like even back then, you kind of had an idea. Like since Empire, I guess. What the hell happens? Is he his dad? I don't
Right,
know. Like
right.
what's going on? Oh, spoilers.
What? Uh-oh.
Frozen
Who's
Carbonite
dad?
and Liv.
Aaron is Luke's father.
What? Aaron?
Spoilers. What?
Good.
So
Anakin.
So, but I
No?
mean,
I don't know.
to see all these people that proclaim to be fans, proclaim to be like, oh, they're we're the bread and butter of Star Wars, harassing what's her name, Kelly Tran.
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
girl from
It's
Jedi,
yeah,
Last Jedi.
the girl that played Rose, Tico.
Enough so that she's gone offline.
A wonderful little woman of color. Added to the mix of Star Wars.
Yes.
She left Instagram. She
That's a
they
shame.
Well,
She
they were
hated the haters. It was just
they
too
were
much.
being terrible. Like they changed the Wikipedia page. The Star Wars wiki.
Mm-hmm.
They changed all of her information to like Ching Chong Wing Tong. And
Wow.
I know it's
That's
like
so bad.
super
That's mature.
super mature humor. Really nice people.
It's just one of the things of the internet that we gotta deal with, because if
And
was Aaron
doing
if
that.
there was
Aaron-
if
Aaron's
there
like, "I
was
didn't do that."
if there was internet in 1983, there would have
Yeah.
been the people who bitched about Return of the Jedi.
And
Ewoks
that's really
and-
disgusting at this
and-
point in our existence, is that I've said it many times, is that one of the greatest things about the internet is that everybody has a voice. One of the most horrible things about the internet is that everybody has a voice.
Exactly.
And because it's almost anonymous, people feel perfectly fine to be the most
yeah.
caustic, disgusting, gross people.
versions of themselves.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Who would never speak like this in
Yeah.
front of a person.
Well,
Of course not.
It's just like all these proclaimed fans don't seem to have any idea what Star Wars was about in the first place. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And this whole social justice warriors thing has gotten out of hand. Like it seems like anybody telling people that they're social justice warriors seem to be saying that to the guys that are doing the progressive right thing. And I get it. Some of those people that are doing the right thing get a little rowdy and get a little, shitty themselves. But it's usually, coming from a dark place where they're saying those things to people. And
they only get to that level because of the levels of horror that they're trying to.
The first puppy of the third year.
Here we go.
Yay!
It's the first puppy.
No puppy.
That's no puppy.
That's a big giant.
Look at
Yes.
this
So the
It's a
hatred
sausage.
has gotten to the point where she's gone offline, but it should now bounce back, I think, and now the haters are getting the hate.
I think so too. Yeah. A lot of people are, what is it? Hashtag Kelly.
It would be
Yes.
great if there was some sort of consequence
buddy.
when you do stuff like that. But
If I start meandering off into dog talk, like, oh, buddy.
do you have a dog?
Look at the tail.
I do not have a
wagging.
dog. We have several cats.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several
Let's
cats.
get a head count on the cats. We usually keep score on these episodes. We're at
yeah.
episode
You're
150
three.
now. Let's
You're
see
three.
let's go with a number. I'm
All
going
right.
to say 5.
I'm
How
going
many
to go
cats?
a
is this?
little higher at
Is this
7.
me? Is this with
7,
me?
yes.
Let's
In
see.
your house,
Let's see. We've got Booty.
you're
Voodoo.
going to name them.
I am. Well, I have to. Booty, Voodoo. What's her name? Gally. Short for Gallifrey. Short for
Oh.
Doctor Who. Hello, puppy. I see you. I see you in there.
We lost Todd.
3. Inari and what's that? The dumb one, Ripley. So 5.
5.
Oh,
okay,
five.
I get it on
Double
5.
points.
All right,
Good job.
Hit
Give
it
the
on
man a
5.
prize.
That's good. That's good. I believe Anna should have her
up,
own
man? Welcome.
podcast with just cats.
Cat cast. Cat cast.
Catcast, yes.
Yeah, why not?
.com or .cat. Why not? So again, the hatred has gotten so bad. She's gone offline.
Yep.
But now it's starting to bounce back. Not that she would know probably because she's offline. But
That's
people
right.
are now.
I'm sure people are
they're
letting
on
her
her
know.
side. But as I'd said, if there was internet in '83, it would be bad. But you can imagine if there was internet in '87, there would have been the one person that would have said that's C-3PO.
Well, it's weird. I'm
He's
seeing.
gay.
I'm seeing.
And then how we thought of how we
Social
treated
justice warriors.
how we
What's wrong
treated
with
gay
that,
people in
if
the
he was?
'70s. So it would have been eventually C-3PO would have been shunned and not been in the next movie
That's right.
probably.
Exactly. They would have found a way to write him out, and he would have left Instagram. C-3PO would have left Instagram. But beyond that, the fandom thing isn't just relegated to Star Wars. The Rick and Morty fandom, the Star Trek Discovery fandom, like everybody's like losing their minds.
Yeah.
Is Discovery doing well?
Discovery's great, by the way. But let me preface all this with it's probably some of the best Star Trek we've ever had, and I
Well,
think
there's money behind it too. I mean, it looks good.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It's an interesting mix because they go for the J.J. Abrams visual aesthetic.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a prequel to the original. So a lot of people are just,
That's always very, very difficult to do.
it is
Because it's shiny and new looking.
Yeah.
It is.
prequel.
But to that I counter. If they had made it look like the 1960s show,
It would have been
got
garbage,
laughed, it would have got laughed off the air.
But is it a prequel to the original TOS, or
In
is
10
it
years before Kirk?
or is it a prequel to the J.J. Abrams line?
It is not Kelvin timeline. It is supposed
It
to
is
be
Kirk
original.
It is
timeline.
supposed to be original Kirk
Okay.
timeline.
That might have been a mistake.
They're just kind of tweaking it and not even that much. Like it's mainly a visual aesthetic, and but it's a great show. But people are really upset because of the pay thing. You have to pay for the channel.
Yes.
And here.
Oh, boo hoo
but
hoo!
I know it's like it literally comes out to like $6 a month.
I don't want to pay
And-
for the entertainment.
That's right.
CBS Interactive.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, and I mean, and I get it. Now, you don't only get Star Trek for that $6, but you get, I think it's access to like 10,000 episodes.
Oh, sure, yes. Of everything
previous-
CBS,
everything
yes.
CBS does.
Right.
Well, these are the jerks.
is the way it's going.
These are the jerks who just go on Pirate Bay
I know.
the week after
Exactly.
and download it because they're jerks and
It's-
they don't want to pay
well,
for anything
and
for their fun.
It's funny because, after the season had wrapped up, the first season, and everybody was,
Oh, it's in the second season now.
Not yet.
It will be short.
That's great. That's great.
Season 1 is over.
They did well. No, that's a spoiler. I was going to say they cast somebody specific, but I'm not going to say.
Good.
But so the first season wraps up, and about 2 weeks after, they say, "Oh, we'll get CBS access free for a month. And
You can just catch up and watch every
that's it.
episode.
You could exactly, and people were still bitching about it.
Yeah.
they couldn't wrap their head around like, no, I don't wanna.
Yeah, I don't want to pay for that.
This is that's my
See,
neck.
now-
That's my neck beard.
Okay.
You like my neck beard?
I didn't know that though. You can get it free for a month.
That's right. I think they're still doing it. I
Okay.
think you can still get it. But yeah, people are just so.
That's
bent
a
out of
great
shape
little
about
summer
everything.
project. Then just tear through 13 episodes, or they do
I
a
think
full.
it's 13.
Okay,
yeah.
did 13 episodes.
Totally worth your time. By
Yes,
the way.
yes. I've done just tearing through episodes.
Greg's like, nope.
No. It's not nope.
just
It's
no
like
time.
I'm thinking about just the overall idea of paying for your entertainment. I'm like,
Sure.
boo hoo hoo. You know,
do
like
that.
I mean,
Come on.
Hulu, Netflix, we're already doing that.
we are already
don't-
paying for all of our entertainment.
They
We're-
don't make this stuff for free.
No,
it's like,
right.
It's
If you've watched an episode, you've got to see that these are $3 million episodes.
They've spent a few dollars.
They
Yes.
have to get that back somehow.
I presume that the next generation of people will probably not have that issue because everything will be
Something
right.
like that.
It practically is like that now
And-
with all the streaming services.
I-
And
like-
before you know it, Disney Interactive, they're going to be the next big Netflix.
Sure.
Disney's going to make theirs, and you see the
yeah.
list of things that are going to be on their service, their streaming service. Every Pixar movie, every Disney cartoon. And then they've acquired a lot of 21st Century Fox's library as well.
Wouldn't it be funny if once they do the oft-touted Star Wars live action,
Yes.
if people gave it the
What?
same hell as Discovery,
Yeah.
like, I'm
Yeah.
not paying for that.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
There's-
then you're not watching it.
There's
jerk.
going to be a new Star Wars live action show.
Star Wars live action.
Yeah, there's supposed to be I think two.
What's his name who directed
Aaron,
the first Iron
is
Man?
Is it two? It's two animated series that they've talked about for the Disney streaming thing,
And live
then
action.
a live action.
Who's
I heard that there were two. I've heard that there were two different animated things, animated offerings, and then a live action one that's in the works.
who directed the first Iron Man movie?
John Favreau.
Favreau is attached, I believe, to the live action.
Favreau is attached to live action
Yes.
for directing at least the pilot.
Sure.
But yeah, he's
Not
great.
sure what period that's set at yet.
Happy Hogan.
Yes.
I would imagine that it's probably. I would imagine that it's probably in the years between.
Jedi
What
and
I would say, yeah, I would say
after Jedi.
Well, see,
There's a period of time there where we don't know what was going on.
Welcome in.
And so movies that have been announced, I think possibly Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, yeah, did Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan, is that confirmed, or is that just the
I think
next
Obi-Wan
rumor
is
about
just-
to be confirmed?
It's probably going to happen. I would imagine it's going to happen.
You get Ewan McGregor, and you can do 3 movies.
I'm
right?
not going to be surprised if it gets pushed back a year or two.
But
let's step back and just reevaluate everything.
Because I saw
Sure.
that graphic where it's like every year there's like a movie coming out, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that pushed back just a little bit because I think they got spooked with Solo. I
Yeah.
think they really expected that to do $200 million and it just
Well, let's be
didn't.
clear, they made
Yeah.
their money back.
Oh, yeah.
And they will on
Did
DVD
they?
and Blu-ray sales and nationwide,
okay, yeah.
worldwide sales. They will. But there's just that stigma of, you only made $100 million those first few days. It's like,
Yeah,
that's supposed to be.
with the Boba Fett film, apparently it's supposed to be is it James Mangold, the guy that did Logan, the most recent.
Director,
really awesome
yes,
Wolverine
good. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know who they get for Boba Fett. Are they going to get the kid
Oh, that's
who
me.
was in?
That's me. I am,
that was you. That was you.
I'm-
Well
I am
done.
Boba Fett. Yeah, that's me.
Because remember, all the clones look like the one guy,
How do we start a rumor?
and that's how we started
Start a
rumor.
rumor.
Remember, all the clones look like that one guy, and then he raised
Sure.
his son, who was Boba Fett.
Tamora Morrison.
But where's that kid? Can
Dan-
he play Boba Fett in these movies?
Daniel Logan.
I think that's
is,
risky to go and find a kid who hopefully grew up to be a decent actor. They'll find a good actor to play him.
Daniel Logan is a frequenter of the convention circuit.
Yes.
he's on that a lot, and he will try to steal your girlfriend.
Oh, what?
He will.
Huh?
That is no rumor.
No starting a rumor there. That's just
that is plain fact.
He's bringing it up as fact.
He's
Okay.
he's a very he's a promiscuous young man.
I'm going to add that to the
And you know what?
description of this episode.
And he's got the
What?
Latino heat.
Yes.
So
Oh,
he
yes.
brings the Latino
He
heat.
does. He does. That's so true. So true.
he will steal your
Muy
girlfriend.
caliente.
So for sure, I would be thrilled to see a Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, walking around in the desert type movie for sure.
Hold on for a sec.
We have some. We have
what do
some.
we got?
He's
Aaron,
interested in
you
some of the.
gonna help him out?
Oh,
This was bound to be a problem.
We're in the
as
way
the
of
Gods and
sales.
Monsters YouTube show gets in the way of actual sales of
Yep.
products.
We've screwed up now. Oops.
That could happen.
There's a wild Anna sighting again.
Yeah, I saw her
Hey.
briefly in there, but it looks like we have a comic book that perhaps he wants to purchase, and we've gotten in his way. And what that is called is bad for business.
For the Dark Knight, the Batman Who Laughs.
I don't have any of the metal tie-ins right now.
Oh no.
We do have.
But Todd knew the answer because I would have been like, yeah, here's a Batman. There you go, sir.
We've got
He was looking for a
30,000 comics in
specific
here.
Batman.
I don't know, maybe, but he was on it. He knew.
I will ask Todd about the Batman question. There was a Batman hardback book at the Register. I don't see it now though, but it had an endorsement from Stephen King on the cover saying it's like one of the best drawn things ever.
All right, this is a weird
ask
Batman tie-in, but just yesterday I was. Go ahead,
back.
Todd. All right.
No, we're back.
Oh, Todd's back. So Batman, original Batman, Prince. I was watching videos on YouTube because that's what I do.
Yes.
I saw an extended video version of Party Man.
Yes, which you can't find anywhere, by the way.
That man is a friggin' genius, by the way.
Rock a party like nobody can.
Yeah. Man, I screwed
talking
up
about, Prince?
I
Oh, yeah.
screwed up by not following him
Following
more
him
when
more.
when he was alive, and I
Yeah.
would have been able to see him.
Yeah, I was all in on the Batman soundtrack when that was
yeah,
out. Oh yeah, and then Warner Brothers hoarded those videos. So there was the Party Man video, the Bat Dance video.
Bat
and
Dance, yeah.
Was there another? Was
They
there a
were
third
like
video.
long extended
There was
custodies,
the
too.
Seal video, but that was later on.
Yes,
Kiss from a Rose.
That's right.
that's different. That's a different Batman movie. But
Which I believe just had its anniversary this week.
The song did?
The release of the song, so probably
Oh.
around the time of the release of the movie.
Wait, what did you say? That was a different movie?
It was a dark time.
yes,
Kiss from a
Kiss from
Rose?
a Rose was from a different Batman movie.
That's
Not
right.
from the Prince.
That was from Batman Forever.
Remember the original? It was.
Oh,
Batman
that
Forever.
gem.
That's right.
with Val Kilmer.
With
who's
Val
voicing
Kilmer.
that. He's in the news today too. But we don't.
And
have to
who
talk
was
about that.
who was
Jim Carrey
who
was the
his
Riddler?
gal in that one?
Kim?
Was it,
That wasn't Kim
No,
Basinger.
no.
Kim was the first
Tom
one.
Cruise's ex-wife.
Nicole Kidman.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nicole Kidman.
Oh.
Doctor.
She was a bad
Strangelove.
gal.
Oh god, she was a hot psychiatrist. But you were talking about Prince.
Sorry.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is like hoarding those videos. You don't see the Bat Dance or Party Man videos. You never see them anywhere.
Sure.
If you find
No,
them
on
online
YouTube.
on YouTube, it's like that's copyrighted material. Don't take that down.
I don't know. I saw it on
But
YouTube.
yeah,
I
the
guess I
extended
didn't
version
pay
of that,
attention.
you don't get to see it very often, but
Yeah.
it's so freaking cool. That the album was just. It only had 9 songs, and it was just.
Did
it
he
was
do
just
the
one
whole
of-
album?
Yeah, every song was Prince.
That really doesn't happen anymore, does it? Where
No, an artist does a whole album. Kendrick Lamar just
Yeah.
did for Black Panther, I think. But you're right, that doesn't happen very much.
I wonder if there was any collaboration at the time between he and Danny Elfman. Like if they had any kind of consultation.
Ooh, I don't-
like
yeah.
cross
Well, that's
consultation.
true.
because Danny Elfman did the score,
Right,
and
right.
then Prince did the music.
And Prince pulled lots of
I don't know.
clips from the movie
Yeah.
in some of the songs. But yeah, I'd be curious to know if Elfman had any collaboration with Prince in any
The
way.
last,
I've
the
never
last
heard
I
of it.
remember an artist doing the entire soundtrack was Social Network with
Trent
Trent
Reznor,
Yeah.
that's true. And he did that for Gone Girl, and he did that for Dragon Tattoo.
Did he?
And
I thought Dragon
Dragon
Tattoo
Tattoo. That
was
movie, the girl, the Dragon Tattoo was a 2-hour and 15-minute movie. He came out with a 3.5-hour soundtrack.
Wasn't that the other project though? The one that you turned me on to, his wife's project,
How to Destroy
How
Angels.
to Destroy Angels.
Yes, that's just a group he put together with her.
Yeah, but wasn't that for the Dragon Tattoo
Oh
movie?
yeah, you're right. They did one song on there
Who are we talking
with
about?
her.
Who's this?
Trent Reznor
Oh, yeah,
did the
yeah, yeah.
soundtrack for Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. There's one song on there they used in the opening credits. I don't know if that was his wife or not who sang
I
on
think
that.
Tom York is doing the new Suspiria.
Suspiria soundtrack.
The remake of Suspiria.
I saw a trailer for that. Holy crap, that
Yeah,
looks
it looks
good.
neat, right?
Did we talk on our last episode about Jamie Lee Curtis being in the new Halloween movie? Did you see the trailer?
No,
this
but
week?
I'd love to rant about it.
Yes.
I've seen a.
That's what it
I've-
was.
I've seen a still of,
Okay,
of her.
the
in
new trailer is out, and
it. Okay.
it's
This is apparently the first one.
and
she's
go.
She is guns a-blazing on this one. Like her whole life she's been affected by what happened, so she's very gun savvy.
Do you know anything about the movie?
all I know
It's a
about
sequel.
it
It's a
is
true
it-
sequel to the first.
It's supposed to
Yes.
be. Yeah, it's supposed to be a true
As if
sequel. Like
nothing happened other than
Correct.
the first
They
film.
disregarded the other films, as
Yeah.
if like Roseanne in the ninth season, and suddenly, yeah, no, Dan's really alive. None
It
of
was
those
a
other
bad
things
dream.
happened.
Yeah.
So in this one, Dan is really alive.
Yes, and he's back for revenge.
Right.
So yes, Michael Myers, who would be 64 at this point,
Locked up in jail the whole time.
and Laurie Strode, who would be 57,
Yeah.
Sure.
are fighting.
Nice.
Yes, and she is
I
just like
don't want to see this.
Don't wanna see it.
No.
because his move is to just walk slowly, and
Yeah.
her move now is just
But
she's,
this is
she's
supposed to be
shooting
the,
and
this is supposed to be Endgame. This is supposed to be it, right?
It's gotta be,
it's-
right?
Well, of course.
Well,
it
they've
does.
done that
come
3
sit,
times though.
Please come sit with us.
Halloween H2O was supposed to be the end.
She played in that one, right?
Yeah.
That as if that movie doesn't exist now,
As
right?
if none of those movies
They've gone
exist.
off to a different
Correct.
timeline.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Hi.
Yes?
I'm being called away.
You should run your store.
Hey, that's right.
Does this mean she's switching
why don't
places
we-
with you?
Why don't we bring Aaron in?
Yes, Aaron's going to come and sit with us now.
Aaron's a good
All right,
pitcher.
come on in.
Get over here.
Come
All
back.
right.
Come back anytime, or sit with us if you'd like.
I'm sure I'll come back at some point.
All right, please do.
So you have seen the trailer for the film?
Yeah, I watched it yesterday. She is. Please come in. Aaron is coming in to join us at
She
the table now.
looks old.
She is old though.
She's only 59, but she looks old.
They gave her some hair. Did you watch the trailer? You should watch the trailer. Aaron, welcome to the table. Aaron has seen our show on YouTube.
He's a
asked
fan.
He's asked us questions about starting up his own podcast. He's part of also on Facebook the Star Wars Grand Florida Alliance. You said, is that
Yes.
correct?
And the R2 Builders Club.
And the R2 Builders Club. Did you go to any
Do you
of the?
have an R2?
Yes,
You didn't bring it.
I did.
No, you didn't. Did you go to any of the celebrations that were here with the R2s?
Yes.
Then I probably
Excellent.
saw your R2. Yes.
We may have interviewed your R2.
You
Yes.
may have. I was at MegaCon too this year.
Oh,
Oh, okay, you were at MegaCon just last week.
Yes.
Let's talk
2
about
weeks
that
ago.
because that's we'll just jump. How was that this year?
It was not as busy as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I
was
did
here on
not hear
Saturday.
all the press that MegaCon generally gets with just insane lines and destroying traffic on I-4 to get there and stuff like that. So I didn't really hear much
I guess
about
we've
it this
gotten
year.
used to it that it's every year. We can expect it now. It's not a treat. It's like, oh yeah, every year it's here. So,
Well, how many years has it been here?
3?
Only 3?
What celebration?
Me-
or
no, MegaCon.
I was been here a long time.
Okay,
at least,
more
Yeah, I
than
thought
that?
so.
at least over 10.
Oh,
And
okay,
it
okay.
only just recently just exploded and blew up into like hundreds of thousands of people.
Well, probably
visiting.
once.
You know
Once
they have new owners, right? 'Cause
Oh,
there
MegaCon
was
does?
A couple of ladies that used to run it. Now it's brand new.
Oh, okay, under new ownership now. Okay, so what was your experience for the weekend there for celebration or for
I thought it was very
MegaCon?
pleasant. Yeah, we had a really good time. I mean, our booth was a little smaller than usual, but we made it work.
And did you build while you were there? Did you actually put one together, or you already had them pre-built?
Well, most of them are already built and running, and we had some that were work in progress.
Did you bring an R2 to any Star Wars premieres?
That's what I thought we would.
Because we had an R2 show
Yeah.
up at the live show we did for when
Phantom
The
Menace.
Force Awakens.
I mean,
No,
yes.
the Force Awakens. Yeah, I know the builder, the builder for that one.
Okay.
He was out of Clearwater, Tampa.
he showed up at the IMAX theater on iDrive. We
Yeah,
did a live
he's-
show there.
If I'm correct, he moved to California.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So you had a good experience at MegaCon this year?
Yeah.
How was the cosplay this year? Stuff to see?
Yeah, there's always stuff to see at MegaCon. I mean, it's big.
I'm curious to see if like the Harley Quinn has started to dip down because that was
Oh, I
so
hope so.
huge for a while on.
I had a friend
Cosplay?
that filmed some of the cosplay, stuff, and there was some pretty good costumes.
Yes, excellent, excellent.
I'm sure that's going to ramp right back up as soon as the standalone Harley Quinn film
Yes,
comes out. That's
that
going
will
to be
definitely happen. Margot Robbie's a
going
go
to
for
be an
that.
interesting Halloween.
We're
That's
gonna
the
go.
same actress that was in the.
Yes, Margot Robbie. Are we going prequel on that one, or is it continued from where we left off? I don't know.
I think it's probably going to be the origin.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to see it be the origin because I'd like to see her being.
Just the regular doctor that she
Yes,
was.
I forget what her name is because I'm not a very good.
They dipped into that a little bit in the Suicide Squad. They
A
showed
little bit, yeah.
They showed a quick little backstory on her.
In the extended version, they showed a lot more of it.
Yeah.
But it warrants its own film because it's so popular.
which most people do recommend the extended version when it comes to watching.
Yeah,
the film.
because it makes more sense.
Yes.
I'd like to see the director's cut before they made all the changes and reshoots and
Before you scarred yourself.
Rejumbled
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, it was a mess. Todd's coming back behind the camera here because
nope.
he's got a.
He's
something
stealing.
he
He's
wants.
stealing comic books.
See, that's our fault for being in the way.
Oh, also at MadCon, a couple of my friends complained that they had their swords or guns taken away.
Oh.
I'm like, duh. I mean, this is a rule for 3 years now. You cannot have guns or blade weapons.
As long as it's like fantasy type, I'm sure because I saw a lot of it there and fantasy type guns. I mean, they would. Put
Yeah, but a lot of characters have real looking guns.
real looking
Yes.
guns. So yeah, they probably.
Yeah, they're complaining
confiscated
about
those.
stuff like that. I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
That's to be expected. So you didn't sell any of those units
No,
while you were
sir.
there, did
No,
you?
no,
That's
no,
just
no,
just
no.
for display display
Yeah,
only.
we just do it for fun, for a hobby, and we do a lot of charity work. I just recently did a nice charity called Runway to Hope.
Runway to Hope. Okay.
Yeah, it's for kids with cancer.
Okay.
And they did like a whole runway dress up and
Oh, okay. Like the kids, you're saying?
Yeah, the kids.
Oh, okay.
and
The
then
kids
they
get
would
dress
walk-
up.
They would walk. I think Joey Fatone was one of the guys.
Oh, very
it's
good.
Held,
Very
it's
lo-
held
local
by
favorite
Martin
here.
E. James, yeah.
What were they dressed up as? Anything in particular? Was there a certain
really
fashion?
nice. They had hair done for them.
Oh, okay,
and, you know,
okay.
and tiaras and you'd see on the runway
Oh, that's great.
That's
fashion
very,
show.
very
yeah.
nice. So you guys were a part of that.
Yeah.
When you were at MegaCon, did you get to any of the Q&A sessions, or did you do anything
I
yourself, or
did
you were
not,
working?
yeah,
It was
just-
you were working that week.
Yeah, pretty much working that week. We had we usually have a huge set, but this time we we have a small area. So what we do is we had a couple of backdrops, put a couple of droids in front of it, and just answer questions on people building. And
As
stuff.
far as the booths go, did you notice it being smaller this year, or was it just more? Like you said that it was not as big as years
Yeah, I
past.
think it's the way
what?
they had it set up. Yeah, because usually you go in, you have the fan area, cosplayers, whatnot, and then you go in and you have all your vendors, and then you have other stuff. And now it's all mixed in. You can't really find anything.
Huh.
The artist area was really nice, and you can go in and down the aisles. But then when you got to the vendors, it was kind of sporadic.
Okay.
They had just a vendor here, and then an art thing here, and then I think a big thing here.
I wonder if there's a reason why they did that. They wanted to spread the vendors out rather than put them all together.
Yeah, I think so.
This is just one of the growing pains of being under new management, perhaps. They
Probably,
thought, let's do
yeah.
something different than what they did in the past.
I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I would imagine that it might make more sense to have all the money spending place in one spot, all the viewing area in one spot, because you have a certain kind of safety or security system, has to happen there, and it just seems like that would be counterintuitive to have everything mixed together, so that everything has to, you have to have security in the entire thing. I don't know.
What was the big draw there? What was the big name that came this year? Do you recall?
I only know him by his character, Dr. Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
was
Jeff
there.
Goldblum was there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jeff
okay.
Goldblum was there.
Was he
Frodo-
flamboyant Jeff Goldblum,
He-
or nerdy Jeff Goldblum, or which Goldblum did we get?
Apartments.com, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I never saw his Q&A, but I did go spend the money and get his autograph.
Oh, okay.
I now dub him Mr. Scribble
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
because he only got 1 second to say hi, and
Yeah.
he basically didn't even look at the item and it's kind of scribbled.
This is probably new to him. I don't recall him doing this in the past.
Well,
I
he's suddenly gained a lot of favor lately because, two things.
Of course, Independence Day, too. It was huge.
Yeah, well, apparently he has become the new hot old guy that a lot of
He's taken the
hot
place.
topic girls like.
Yeah, I've heard you mention that before. But he's also, I think, taking the place of, give me a second, I forgot his name.
Brad Pitt.
No. It's just that he's like the quirky old guy. Like, what's his name is? Go on, please continue. I'll remember his
we'll
name.
move on.
I'll remember his name. But yeah, I see what you're saying. That he's kind of taken over.
And he's embracing it too because he's gone full white hair, gray hair.
Is he playing Jeff Goldblum in every Jeff Goldblum movie he's in?
Ooh, I hope not, because in Guardians, and not Guardians 2, but
This one up on the
in
screen here?
Ragnarok,
It's up on the screen here,
Ragnarok,
yeah.
he was a lampoon of
Yeah.
himself.
Yes.
So he was playing. Well, he wasn't even playing the goofier characters that he played on Saturday Night Live when he was on. I don't know who he was in that film, but that was he was kooky.
I'm going to call up this name because when I say it, you'll say, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Oh,
All right. Speaking of Brad Pitt, did they really need to make Ocean's 8?
Oh
that
wow.
was all women.
Yeah.
They did,
Yeah,
they did
I
a
don't-
Ghostbusters thing there.
Yeah.
It was all women, yeah.
But I understand it's good. I understand the film is good. I
I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
it.
I've
I don't
seen
know.
the trailer with her in it. I don't know. It felt like a miscast or something. I don't know. I like her when she's silly and funny, not serious. And
Who's that?
The star of the movie,
I don't know. Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I don't know. It
She
just-
still looks great. by
Oh,
the
she
way.
does. Yes. By the way, the name I was searching for is Christopher Walken. Has he become? Has he
No.
become the new Christopher Walken?
No.
Where he's kind of the nutty, wacky guy,
No.
Jeff Goldblum.
No.
He's not the
No.
new Christopher Walken.
No.
I never saw Christopher Walken as a nutty guy.
What?
No.
You see him as just a normal fella?
When he was on Saturday Night Live, yeah, he played
that's true.
all the kooky weird
Yeah,
characters,
yeah.
but in films he never played like the nut job.
He's always been in serious films.
He was
right?
always a very serious actor.
But isn't Christopher Walken always playing Christopher Walken in movies?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Yes. Well,
I'm sure by the end of this podcast I'll come up with who Jeff Goldblum is the new.
he's the new of something.
Yeah.
William Shatner.
I think William Shatner is the new Jerry. Jerry ladies.
Jerry. Jerry.
Jerry's kids. Who's Jerry? Jerry. Come on, everybody.
This is horrible.
Wow, we're bad. Anyway,
Dean
he's
Martin
just
and
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis. He's just so
Jeez,
bloated.
so bad
He
with
looks
the
like he's
names.
about to pop.
This is why I'd never be good on the game shows where you got to buzz in fast. It's like, I know the answer, but can you go to commercial and come back, and then I will have it for you.
I'm sorry, sir. You needed to form that in the form of a question.
Oh, I was too late on that. That's right. All right, so good. You were happy with MegaCon, but it just wasn't like what you could compare to in previous years.
Yeah.
But probably
That
still
happens.
a wild success, and
I
they'll
mean, I
continue
remember
doing
on
it.
Saturdays it was shoulder to shoulder. Now on Saturdays you could just walk right through.
But you know, I bet you everybody who was there appreciated that because
Yeah.
shoulder to shoulder is not
Well,
fun.
are they
they
pricing
expected a big storm to come through too, so they figured
Like
you
the
know,
character storm? Oh, no,
Yeah,
an
right.
actual storm.
Speaking of, Queen
Queen
Q was there.
Yeah, she
as
was there. I
Storm.
saw
Yep,
pictures
yep,
of
yep,
she,
yep.
she dresses up as Storm.
Wearing
and-
her more revealing Storm.
And at times
costume.
she's also at Disney doing Jedi. What is the training that they do with the kids in front
Oh, I
of
don't
Star
know.
Tours? Have you ever been on the Star Tours ride?
Yeah, it's like
I don't go to Disney, I don't know.
Okay.
Go to Disney.
I
yeah,
should.
She
I mean,
plays,
I could
she
go
plays
anytime I want.
She plays a Jedi character now out in the park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's got the clean head, shaved head, and she's got the Jedi robe on. With it's a good look. It's a
Neat.
good Jedi look. Yes, be
I
nice to
miss
see
Star
her
Wars
today.
weekend. Speaking of Disney, I miss Star Wars weekends.
Yeah, pretty soon it'll be Star Wars every day. It'll be Star Wars every day there next year,
Any idea
2019.
when does that? Do they have
Still-
an opening
we have
date
another-
or
it's
just
still a year
2019?
away? Yeah,
All right.
it's summer,
Yeah,
so we still got a year.
I think Disneyland is summer. I think fall is for us. I
Fall.
fall. Like
Yeah,
summer,
they do
fall.
say fall a lot of things, and then the Toy Story Land
That should be opening up soon.
Should be opening up soon. John Lasseter will not be there to cut the ribbon.
Of course.
From what we just heard on the news today, he is stepping down officially. He will be leaving the company at the end of the year.
So are they just got like an influx of cash from the Star Wars stuff, and they're just like, oh, let's spend this money on 4 new parks.
Yeah, they got the money from the parks, the movies. Think all the money they've made on the Star Wars movies, the Pixar movies, just the
Yeah.
attendance at the parks, just to get in the park, $100 a person.
And they keep raising the rates or the entrance.
And like I said, Disney just purchased part
Fox.
of Fox's library
So
so
that
that when
did
they
go
build
through?
their streaming service, which think about
great! We'll be able to watch Fan Four Stick.
think of what the Disney and Netflix, what are we going to call it? Disney streaming service is going to offer. I mean, so many things you're going to be able to get. Every Disney film,
Now, is that
every
gonna be
Disney
a separate
cartoon.
price? Is that going to?
Yeah, this is going to be your regular
Yeah.
monthly fee. This is their Netflix. They're
Okay,
they're
good.
creating that are coming
now
out.
we got to have Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, and Disney View.
Which is every Pixar film, every Star Wars movie, every Avengers movie, every Disney film ever, every animated film Walt Disney ever made.
Now, are they really going to be all available, or are they going to
You would
trickle
think
them out?
If they really want to get a jump on Netflix, it's got to be everything all at once, right? Why
Yeah.
tease people with like, we'll give you a little of this? And no. Everything's about binging these days. Give us everything.
And does everything else get pulled off of the other services?
I think
because
so.
right
That's-
now, Ragnarok's playing on.
Right.
yeah.
But I think the Disney Interactive streaming service doesn't come out until next year, so that
Okay,
gives
so
them
they'll
time
wait
for
for
those.
the things to.
The things that won't go to Disney that stays with Netflix apparently are the things that Fox owns, like Deadpool. I believe Fox still owns the rights to Deadpool,
Do they?
even though it's
Okay.
a Marvel thing, and maybe those first 3 X-Men movies, because those were all done by Fox and Sony, I believe. So not everything is going, but eventually it's all going to end up there. I'm sure they'll eventually acquire.
What about the Spider-Man movies? Those are Sony, right?
Those were Sony. That's a good question. The first 3 Spider-Man movies, Tobey Maguire ones?
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah,
who
those are
gets those.
Sony.
Sony, which means Fox, but was that part of what Disney purchased from Fox? I'll have to look at the list. I remember when the list came out, and I was like, God, look at all these things that Disney's
Look at
gonna
all
own.
them chickens.
Yeah, I know.
Disney's
Yeah.
going to rule the world.
So, Aaron, tell us a little something else about yourself. What is it you do for a living?
When you're not building R2s.
No, when I'm not building, I'm actually working on a second R2 and then
Excellent.
a R2 that's not going to be moving just for photos.
Just for
and stuff.
photos?
Yeah, it's easier to take it around.
Lights and sounds.
Yeah, maybe lights and like a little Bluetooth speaker for sound.
Is that something you document when you build? Like you set up a camera, and you should set up a camera and hit record, and just as you're building this thing.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. The first droid I built, I took photos, but the next one I might do video.
Yeah, you got to get a YouTube channel.
You got to get yourself a
YouTube.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, everybody's got a
see,
YouTube channel.
Now, he
Or
wants to
just do
start
Facebook Live.
He wants to start up a podcast. Give us an example of what
All right.
monthly podcast would be with Aaron.
Let's see. I would like to do, and if anybody wants to join me on this, a droid building podcast. Once a
Interesting.
month,
There's plenty of
get
people
a
out
little
there for that, I'm
letter
sure.
from our Builders Council, and just kind of write up a little show of what part to talk about, and stuff like that.
There's an audience for that. Believe me,
Yeah.
there's an audience for everything.
Yeah.
You just got to find them, and then they'll find you and stick with you.
What I do for a living right now is I work for a T-shirt fulfillment company.
Okay.
So let's say you
Here in Orlando?
Here in Orlando, right near the Mall Millennium.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to say the name.
No, you don't have to.
you don't have to, but you can if you want.
Anyways, yeah, it's a friend of mine who actually belongs in the club. He's in the club, and he owns this T-shirt company, and he hired me on after I got laid off of a job of 15 years.
Okay.
And do you design in print, or
No,
do
I
you
fulfill.
just...
Like, say you're a company and you don't want the overhead of supplying. Like you make the T-shirts, but you don't want the overhead of storing the T-shirts.
Oh, I see.
We'll store it, and we'll fulfill the orders for you.
Oh,
okay.
that's
all right.
pretty
that's cool.
clever.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
There's
we
definitely
have,
a market for
several
that.
stores. We have I don't know how many, like 15 stores so far that use our service.
That's cool.
And we do design our own T-shirts and stuff for our.
So it's almost like a consignment shop for your own
Good way
products.
to put it. Yeah. Yeah. That's
So you
cool.
don't have to have a brick and mortar or a warehouse or any of that stuff.
Right.
And you don't
a lot
even,
of them are.
You don't. You also handle the front end of the ordering and delivering of those. That's
Yeah.
pretty
A lot
great.
of them are gaming. Video games. You ever seen those like video game contests?
Sure.
And stuff like that?
Sure.
Teams, and they get money for that
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I fulfill the T-shirts.
Well, that's cool.
You have
All
a
right.
lot of like small orders, or are they mostly large orders?
Some of them could be real large. I think we filled a convention order. It was like 6 huge boxes that went out of this particular, whatever they wanted for conventions, and then
You know what? That wouldn't hurt. Why don't you tell us where we could find that company online? Let us know. There's nothing wrong with that.
it's a small company. It's called Threadbird.
Threadbird?
Threadbird.
Threadbird? That's all right. That's a good name.
I'm not sure of the history of how we got Threadbird, but
I'm thinking of thread T-shirts.
Yeah.
So,
Thread.
for instance, if I had a YouTube channel and I had a following and I offered merchandise, I could just send them to.
yeah, you would contact Threadbird and say, how much does it cost to store my stuff and take the orders and fulfill the orders.
And as a
stuff like
business owner,
That's
that's like
good to
that's
know.
just great. So that you're like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
I'm an idea guy. I got ideas, but I want somebody else to handle it for me. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't have that many rooms in my house. It'll be filled with boxes
Right,
of T-shirts
and stuff. You,
Yeah, right.
you have a T-shirt design in mind?
No,
Oh,
not yet. We'll see.
no kind of models and movies T-shirt.
No,
Okay,
no.
something. All right,
No.
just keep that in mind though. All right. So you do that full time, and then in your free time you build droids.
Free time I build droids. I spend a lot of time, as much as I can with my wife, and then we just got back from a cruise. So
All right,
Oh,
very
nice.
good. Good.
Nice restful cruise because the week before was MegaCon, so I was tired.
Now you build R2s. Do you build other droids?
I'm working on a BB-8, but right now it's in
Nice.
the back burner.
Oh.
It's all 3D printed. It'll be
Okay.
all 3D printed.
And it'll be a functional BB-8.
It
Wow.
will be a functional BB-8.
Oh wow.
but-
Those things roll around. You got to watch out.
yeah, right.
They don't stay put.
Magnets.
Yeah, it's all about magnets. So
Magnets, bitch.
I am wanting to work on a real working Gonk droid that actually walks around.
Oh.
what kind of droid is that?
Gonk
Oh, from the
from this, yeah, Gonk.
which did show up in the new Han Solo movie.
Yeah,
Yes, briefly.
cool,
You're-
which
you-
I've never seen yet, so don't. spoil
Oh,
it.
okay. All I
mean-
know is that I heard it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I know that sound, and then eventually you do see that character. So that's
Wait,
cool.
you did see Solo?
Yeah, I did see Solo.
You
Yeah.
liked it?
Yeah, I did. I had no problem with it. However, I don't know if I need to go see it again. I saw it.
yeah.
I saw it.
Is it a movie you're gonna own one day, or are you gonna like wait?
Well,
till-
no, I'll do the Disney streaming service, and
Yeah.
it'll always be online.
There you go.
But in the past, I've owned every Star Wars movie on Blu-ray.
Oh.
So is the thought now? Oh, do I have to go get this one now too? But if this streaming service comes out, I'm going to say no. But I did like the movie. I like the backstory. I like hearing about Han and Chewbacca met. There were some very interesting things in there. Then I see all the hatred online. I was like, why all the hatred?
Yeah, that's getting too out.
It's
of
just
hand.
because fans have ownership of this, or they have
Right.
feigned
And-
ownership
yeah.
of these ideas or these memories.
It's
and
all in their head how the movie
yeah,
should
they
look.
get so butthurt when it's not exactly
Right.
the way they wanted it to be.
And you know who also deals with that are music artists who put out a great album, and then when their next album comes out and it's nothing like the first album, they get like, oh, I wish it was more like this one. I wanted the Downward Spiral Part 2, but I didn't get that. No, well, because he's not going to do that anymore. He wants to do other things. You have to allow for some surprises. You have to allow for something different than the previous movie.
I mean, if you want the same music over and over again, then like AC/DC,
right.
because they've been making the same album for 40
And
years.
just listen to the
AC/DC
same album
did
every
Jimmy
day,
Buffett,
then
you know,
Yeah.
Dave Matthews Band. They're gonna. I'm just throwing random
Every
names out there, but-
AC/DC song drum line is this: bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare. That's it. That's all they do.
If you'd done that one more time, it would have been copyright infringement.
I'm sorry.
So I'm glad you stopped when you did.
No, I got a small opinion on the fan base, what's going on, and why Solo did so poorly in the box office. I think it's one, Disney's producing so much so fast, it's not giving us time to breathe.
We used to get a movie every 3 years when we were kids.
Right.
But
And then we went on a 15-year drought.
Yeah,
And then we got more movies again. But yeah, you're right. Maybe.
But is that really a good excuse? Because Marvel is putting them out almost 2 a year,
That's
well,
true.
but
2 or 3 a year actually.
Yeah,
but
that's
this
true.
Marvel to Disney is relatively new. Star Wars has been
Yeah.
since 1977.
Yeah, you know what?
yeah.
You're true. That's right.
True.
You know, and
Although, if you want to go way back to 1981,
Jedi was 83.
then,
Empire
I thought
81.
Jedi, yeah,
hold on.
83.
No, I'm going this 1981
80.
with Condor Man. A friend of mine.
Go on. Where's this thread going? All
A
right.
friend of mine posted something, and that's actually a Condor Man is a Marvel character,
Okay.
and that was a movie that came out in 1981. So that's where it all started.
Yes.
That's not true, but I just remember seeing that in the drive-through and the drive-in theater. It was a terrible movie.
I do love. I know we were just sidetracked really quickly here. Arrested Development. I'm looking back on season 4, which is there was one little funny side story where Tobias Fuke meets this girl who was in the Fantastic Four movie, like the original one that apparently had
the
come
Roger
out.
Corman
but it wasn't
film?
even that one. They had their
Oh.
own made up one that they said Imagine Entertainment and Ron Howard's company made, but it was just like
Okay.
horrible
Yeah.
movie. But she's like this homeless woman who played Sue Storm. But it's just funny that to look back on the Roger Corman version of it is like, yeah,
Okay.
that's very funny. All right,
And
please continue.
My second opinion is that it's being pushed in our face so much that we don't have time to think about
Right.
what we want to say, and then we're lashing out. You know, we got haters out there; they're going to hate no matter what. You can drop
We
a
should-
dime on the floor, and they say, "Why wasn't it a quarter?"
I feel like we should let it breathe. They did something when when The Force Awakens came out. They said Christmas, December. I was like, okay, that's cool. And then the next movie came out. It was Christmas again. But for
Yeah.
some reason, this one came out in May.
Because-
It's like, let's just do them once a year. Let's
Yeah.
spread them out.
And it would be a nice thing for everybody to look forward to. That's not gifts, the Christmas season.
Right.
It would be a Star Wars film. That
Yeah.
would be a great thing. But
Yeah, I mean, if they could keep doing it like every 2 or 3 years and let us time to breathe and think and react to what's just happened, and all of a sudden we got a new one coming out.
Yeah.
And another thing is that they look when they opened it around the same time as Infinity War
And Deadpool.
and Deadpool.
Yeah. And both of those movies kind of kicked their butt, box
Yeah.
office wise. Yeah. I don't even know why. When's the next Star Wars film come out? Is it Episode 9?
9 in
Yeah.
2019.
So why didn't this
Probably
movie?
December time,
this
right?
movie
Yeah,
should have come
December.
out at Christmas. Solo shouldn't have come out yet.
No.
They should have just let it breathe. Let the haters stop hating on The Last Jedi for a while, and let's just let it breathe for a while. Yeah. But I suppose there's one other issue.
for Solo, did you hear? Were there any reshoots or were there any
Yes,
bad testing?
the director. Remember, the director got
Yeah,
let go halfway through it, and Ron Howard picked up the slack.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ron Howard,
Oh,
yeah,
I do remember that. Yeah.
they're
Because
just
they didn't like the way the direction
they didn't
was
like the
going
direction
with
was
two
going, so
directors.
Ron Howard had to step in and finish the project. I think they got around the halfway point, I guess, and so there were lots
said
of
it was
reshoots and
80%
stuff.
done.
80%, wow! And to think they get no directing credit now. It's
Wow.
all Ron Howard at 80%.
So I'm sure he had to get in there
Yeah,
and redirect
you have to
a lot
redo
of
a lot of
stuff.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of damage was done. I guess they thought. I wonder if we get to see any of the stuff that they did. It makes us wonder.
Otherwise, we'd get a Josh Trank version of Force Stick,
Fan Force.
and it would be good. No Sue Storm with that silly wig.
Okay, so I had another thought about maybe why Solo didn't do well, and for a quick discussion. Is it possible that only Harrison Ford can be Han Solo?
No.
And it's too much of a detachment now.
No.
I got an opinion about that too. If you look at Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade,
Yes.
all right, the guy who played the young Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, River Phoenix.
Right.
Yes.
He looks nothing like Harrison Ford.
No, not at all. You're right.
Okay. And then you got this kid, playing Han Solo. Of course, he's not going to look like her. Nobody looks like what they
Right.
looked like years ago. Now.
That's true.
you
Very
know.
good.
So I think
Was
it's
there
fine.
blowback because Harrison Ford wasn't in the film, or because
No,
the
it's
guy
just the
didn't
fact
look
that
like him?
you can only think of Harrison Ford as Han Solo.
Yeah.
Could you see somebody else play Indiana Jones right now?
Yeah, I can, because I understand the difference between an actor and a character.
But can people who buy tickets in the box office and
Look,
is that
Okay,
an
the
issue?
guy who's Captain America, what the hell's his name?
Evans, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Okay, so he
I
was
buzzed in quicker on that one, but I'm still a little behind.
he was the Flame in the
Yes.
in the two Fantastic Four
Right,
films.
different haircut, totally different. You almost
Well, look
forget
at
he was
Josh
in that.
Brolin too.
Yeah,
he's
yeah, you're
Cable
right.
in Deadpool 2.
Okay,
and
you're
he's-
right. That's
Yeah.
good.
So I get it. I mean, these are just characters. You can put actors in there, and as long as they understand the characters and can act like the character, I don't understand why people have a hard time with it.
Because of the attachment, maybe. It's Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is Han Solo. And here's Chewbacca right next to him. Suddenly, here's Chewbacca again, but it's this other guy. I'm just wondering if there's people who, I'm not going to rush out and go see this movie because it's not Harrison Ford. Does any of that take part in their box office numbers, or am I just making stuff up?
That could take a small part.
That's
of it.
petty. I think that's just petty.
I mean, look at the guy. I mean, yeah, we got Chewbacca, but it's a different actor playing.
Yeah,
him.
that's true. That's true. Peter
Look,
Mayhew
okay.
was not in the costume.
I got a perfect example of actor.
Okay, good, good. Because I need an example of that. Yes,
Actor
Sammy Hagar
worship
and
or
Eddie,
whatever.
Sammy
No.
Hagar and David Lee Roth. Yes, it works.
Nicolas Cage.
Okay,
He has made some of the greatest films.
And?
he has made some of the worst films.
he's probably made 30 films that we've never seen or heard of.
But he is an Academy Award winning
True.
actor
Leaving
who
Las
has
Vegas.
made some incredible films and done some incredible roles. And
Agreed.
he's also been Ghost Rider. So it's like it's
true.
just
It's true.
actors are paid to act. So be a character. I don't understand why people get so hung up on that Nightmare on Elm Street movie sucked because
'Cause it
James
wasn't actually,
Earl, whatever his name is, was Freddy, and it wasn't Robert Englund. I'm like,
Robert Englund,
really?
yes.
Well, Robert Englund was just a joke.
But I think Sci-Fi Society puts Harrison Ford and Han Solo and Indiana Jones on a very high pedestal.
Very
as some of the
high
greatest
pedestal.
movies of all time. What the hell is that thing behind you?
That is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, I'm sure that's. I don't know what that is. I don't know.
You answered convincingly though, so I was like, all right, I'm going to go with that.
My father-
welcome to the show.
My father taught me that if you sound like you know what you're saying,
I bought it.
people believe you.
All right, I was ready to shake my hands with Sonic the Hedgehog there for a second. I totally bought into that you were convinced that was him, and I was convinced as well. That's good. Okay, so
Give me your rings.
So I'm off. I'm not correct when I say it's probably not the Harrison Ford issue. It's just the buzz.
No, I'm sure that has something to do with
the
it.
buzz got to people. People saw online that it was just getting okay reviews, and then people stayed away from it.
Prequel films are difficult to sell because we already know
Right.
everything that happens
That's
to these
true.
characters.
You see the trailer for Solo, and Chewbacca is dangling from something, and it's like, well, I know he's going to be okay.
yeah, there's no
surprise.
immediacy of the characters or the storyline because we know where it ends up. So
Very true. Very true.
I'm just spinning my brain right now to think if I can think of any prequel movie that ever
was better than the original, or
not
stood
just,
up to
not just better, but yeah, stood up.
stood up. I don't know. People are pretty happy with Rogue One.
Yeah, I was going to say Rogue One. I think to me, they say that's a standalone. To me,
But
that's a
Rogue
prequel.
One was not about any of the characters
True.
from the future films. It
Except
was
for
just the
Darth
storyline.
Vader. Except for Darth Vader's little surprise at the end where he
Yeah.
popped in. But yeah, you're right. You're right. So
And
yeah,
who
I'm
else?
trying to.
Carrie Fisher.
I'm trying to think. Oh God. I'm trying to think. You're right. It's tough to find an example of what's a prequel that people were like, yeah, you know what? Well done. Good job.
Maybe the only thing I can think of is after like something like the Avengers came out, then you have a couple of origin stories for some of the other characters.
True.
But I mean, there's no timeline necessarily for that stuff.
Yeah. A lot of the Wolverine movies, people had issues with those, didn't they? Those origin films.
All the movies where they screwed with the timeline of the X-Men, where they went back in Days of
Yes.
Future Past and stuff like that. And
Yes,
just like,
yes. Yeah, I can't think of
By the way, you mentioned Logan earlier.
the director of Logan is
No.
attached to. Yes.
That's like the third of 3 films with Wolverine, correct?
Yes. That is correct.
Is it important?
Standalone films.
Is it important for me to see the first 2 to get what I need to out of Logan?
No, because
I don't think so.
I don't think so because it really didn't. There was never a time where they talked about back when that happened, back when this happened.
But
This
as
is
long
just-
as I
it's
understand the
just
character
current.
of
Yes.
Logan, okay, good.
Correct.
Because I'd like to see it. I
And
just didn't
Professor
want
X.
to. I didn't
Yeah.
want to necessarily jump right into it if it was important for me to see the other 2.
No, I'm trying to figure out even in the series of movies where that even comes in because they've done so many of these jump timeline things.
Well, he's
I don't think it
old. I
matters.
mean,
yes.
he's done at this point.
Yeah, I don't think
Correct,
he's
yes.
I don't
Which
think Hugh
is-
Jackman's going to be playing any more Logan's movie.
I think this is it.
I hope not.
For both of them. I think they both said. Patrick Stewart said also like this movie was excellent. I think this
How
is
old
where
is
we
Patrick
ended.
Stewart? He's like 90.
I don't want to think about that. I don't know. How many sci-fi people will we lose when he? Yeah, no. Let's not. Please. I don't think we'll ever see him in a captain's uniform again for Star Trek, unfortunately.
No, I
but
hope not.
yeah, he's getting older. He needs that wheelchair now. No,
No.
I'm just kidding.
Boo.
It's gotten.
Oh, I just saw a funny meme where it's like Professor X can control anything with his mind, yet he
his
can't
legs.
walk. Okay.
They do mention that in the first time change movie where
Oh, they do?
he would focus all of his energy to make himself walk. He couldn't do other things.
Oh, I see.
I think it's what it was. The Gods and Monsters logo. Look, some of the other characters have come out. And Sonic,
That one has a name. I forget what it's called though.
the first one.
Yeah.
He was at the grand opening and at the other anniversary
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
as well. Store's doing pretty well right now. The camera can't see everything, but we've got people walking in
Oh, yeah.
and going through. There's a lot of events going on out in the lobby here as well. And
I got to walk around out there. I didn't.
there'll be a
I
lot
didn't
going
even
on
look.
this evening. Of course, by the time this gets up onto YouTube on Monday, it will have all passed. However, just know that it's the 3rd anniversary of Gods and Monsters. They are going strong,
Yeah,
as
happy anniversary,
always.
Gods and Monsters.
And when was the first time you came here? Were you here for the grand opening?
I kind of helped a little bit paint the walls and stuff.
Oh, for this
but,
one here?
Yeah.
Did you ever visit the old store?
Yes, I did a lot.
Okay, you
I
were
brought
there?
my R2 there.
Oh,
That was fun, yeah.
Were you there at the grand opening or just?
I don't
just
remember
I'm
an
not
R2
sure.
there.
No, I brought it there periodically.
special event?
Oh, I see,
okay,
I see.
okay,
Just,
okay,
just
gotcha.
to bring it sometimes. you know.
I gotcha. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I had fun with R2 there. That was fun.
Absolutely.
Did you bring it on that the movie premiere where that Todd was in?
No.
Wasn't he in a movie about the Star Wars?
Oh, the documentary?
yeah.
Yeah, which I haven't seen.
You were in a
yet. I don't remember.
documentary? You were in a documentary?
He's an actor
Were you in a documentary film where somebody sat down and interviewed you for something?
for Star Wars, right?
Several. Listen to him.
Yeah.
Several. Go to
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
go to
So-
my IMDb page.
Well, several times. Actually, it's through David Maddox. Shout out to David. He put me and a bunch of his buddies in a. He does work for, I think it's the Florida Hospital.
Yes.
And runs their AV department, I think, and has access to like 4K cameras and like all
Oh,
this
wow.
like fantastic
4K.
stuff. Is that right? Is that like? Only.
I mean,
He
8
only
years
gets-
ago,
he only
that
has
would have been
4K cameras.
something interesting.
But yeah, look it up online. David Maddox. I think
David Maddox.
All right.
What was it called? I'll find out the name
All right.
of it.
Thank you.
I
4K.
knew he was in a movie. Yeah.
You've got a 4K camera, to
I can shoot in
Full
6K.
Circle. Star Wars Full Circle.
All right,
Now
then.
available on DVD. You have a 4K camera, don't you? Attach to your drone or something?
I have a 6K camera.
Now, okay, let's change the subject real quickly because
Yeah.
I have an actual question.
Change.
Editing the 6K with
Yeah.
the Adobe Premiere. Do you have issues?
it's dog slow.
Do you have issues?
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
And you set your monitors at like the lowest setting so that you can
Quarter.
Okay, you can do quarter.
Yeah.
But then as you drag across the timeline, is
Oh,
it just
no,
glitchy?
it
and-
chokes and dies and sputters and yeah.
Which version of Premiere do you have?
I
CC.
have, yeah. I have
Okay,
a
the Creative
subscription.
Cloud.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can edit in 4K or whatever K you choose.
Yep.
I suppose. I guess that means I can as well.
You can.
I'm only shooting on GoPro.
The way the workflow that's supposed to happen is you're supposed to take all your footage and transcode it into some sort of a proxy, and excuse me,
and then edit in that.
And
lower.
you edit using a proxy, which is usually a 1080 or something like
Okay.
that, which
And
your
then-
computer handles no problem.
Gotcha. And then when it comes to exporting,
at the end, you push a button and it goes and it retrieves all the big footage, and then it just takes days to render. But that's the way.
But it only
workflow is
renders what's
supposed
on
to
your
work.
timeline
Correct.
instead of the whole raw
Correct.
clip.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely the way to do that.
I have not yet graduated to that because I'm lazy and I haven't learned how to do it. But I'm gonna start soon because I can't deal with
the glitching and the
taking 3 seconds for the what do you call the
Dissolve?
playhead to or the
like you hit the space bar and then one
the-
Mississippi, two Mississippi,
it's
three Mississippi,
the
and now it
picture
plays.
to catch up to the playhead
Right.
where I put it. It's like
Well, that gives you
that's where I
time. When you hit the space bar, it gives you time to sit back and relax and get ready
take a
for
sip
your
of
clip.
drink.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So tell us, Aaron. Let's go back to Aaron. How many different droids do you think you've built in your career?
Well, one.
Oh, just one?
Just one.
Oh, I thought you built lots of them.
Oh, no. I only built
He's got
the
an
one.
assembly line in his
It took me-
garage. It should-
Yeah, right.
Okay. So this is your one, and this
like-
is yours to
This is
have,
mine.
right? That's
Yeah,
right.
this is
yeah.
mine.
And then you'll bring them out at conventions, or you'll bring them
Yeah.
out to Celebration, or
Yeah.
to. Did you have yours for Celebration when it was here?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I got to be on one of the stage shows that they did. It was like a Han Solo old-fashioned radio show.
Oh, was that at Celebration?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
that was last year. Yeah.
Harrison Ford was there. He actually showed up to that Celebration. Surprisingly,
know.
Lucas was there as well.
Yeah.
And
Big names.
yeah, oh yeah, they had big names for Celebration.
Not for signatures though.
Not for signatures. No, Harrison Ford does
My
not.
brother lives there now.
Where's that?
Celebration,
He
yeah.
lives. He bought a house in Celebration.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've never been there before. I visited him, and that place is beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Where does he work in relation to where Celebration is?
He works at Disney.
Okay. Well, so no problem there.
And he takes his bike to work.
Takes his bike to work over the 192 and just. No, that's good. Oh, that's cool. There's something very dreamlike, very Pleasantville about just.
Yes, very
Yes.
Pleasantville. He's got a front porch
Yep.
and wooden rocking chairs in the front. It's,
Yeah,
it's
I've
just
seen 'em.
picturesque. It's great.
So you did when you drove through to go visit him. Do you,
Well, I was in a different place.
Oh yeah, and I always feel like anytime we go there, like at Christmas time, let's go see the lights or whatever. I feel like you never see the neighbors in their yards. It's like, does anybody really live here?
You know what? When I was driving through there, I saw 2 children outside playing.
And that's it.
No.
And were they bouncing a basketball?
One
like
was
on
bouncing a
Wrinkle in
ball.
Time
I'm not
at the
kidding.
Same time?
I'm not kidding. One was bouncing a ball. It wasn't a basketball, but it was a ball. And the other was riding a little scooter thing. And I'm like, hey, neither of those children have cell phones in their hands. What is going on here?
Oh yeah, they're growing up normal.
Yeah, I got a friend that lives in Celebration, so yeah.
Yeah.
You go out there, it's almost like a ghost town. I mean,
Yeah.
people stay in their houses.
Yeah,
and
anytime I drive through, it's like, why aren't there lots of people in their front yards? And
even the town, like
Yeah.
the AMC that used to be there. It's
oh, remember that 2-screen theater there? Yeah, that was a cool little theater. I remember
Celebration had a 2-screen?
when. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember when the Star Wars films were re-released, the special editions. What year was that? 95.
Did it have the
Yeah,
old-timey,
95.
like,
And I saw-
bubble
yeah, they
bubble
did. And
marquee
I
in the
saw
front?
I saw the re-release of Empire Strikes Back there, and they did. Yes,
Oh,
It
that's
was
so cool.
And they had a balcony in one of the theaters, and
What was that Jim Carrey film? It was one of
Mask?
his serious ones.
Internal Mind.
No. Oh God! It was one of my favorite films that he's ever been in. It was a serious film about a movie theater. Oh no!
it was
look
Jim
it up.
Carrey.
Yeah.
It was Jim Carrey.
Speak
Yeah.
amongst yourselves.
Research.
I'm surprised that a 2-screen theater would have closed down. Was it really
The Majestic.
Oh, the Majestic. Yeah,
Really great film.
yeah, I do remember that.
You know, he's got Jim Carrey's got something going on Showtime.
Oh,
yeah,
the
I don't like what's going on with this because
comedy show.
No.
he has like a. Okay, what it is Jim Carrey is playing Mr. Rogers. If Mr. Rogers had severe emotional problems,
What?
I don't.
What is
know.
this?
and I don't want any part of that because Fred Rogers is a god.
He's
Yeah.
actually playing Fred Rogers.
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's not even Fred. It's like a character of Fred.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But it's in the line of a guy running a child's television show.
He has severe.
But
Modern
emotional
times?
problems. I don't know. But
I
that's
know one of the puppeteers on that show.
on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
It just seems very out there.
I think it's supposed to be funny
Oh boy.
and
It's
sad
called
at the same
Kidding.
time.
It's called Kitty.
It's called Kidding.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
It's got. Hey, what's going on? We always see Dante here at the
Dante
special events
in the house.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's on the heels of Won't You Be My Neighbor, which I cannot see.
The documentary.
Yeah.
Oof,
I
the
wanna see
trailer
it.
is
I'm gonna
emotional.
cry.
Oh
I'm gonna-
man.
I'll have to wait till it comes on Netflix because I'll lose it.
Yeah, it just the trailer gets you kind of welled up. Like
I lost
oh,
it at the
God.
trailer twice. I saw it a second time, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not
know,
better.
Yeah.
Every season's on Amazon.
Of
Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
See, I'm not about the show. I mean, I used to watch it as a kid, but
he talked right to me.
just everything that he's done with his life for children.
Oh, yeah.
And no scandal ever.
No,
I mean,
no.
never a scandal, which is, so hard to do. So, yeah, him and, who is it, Bob Ross, and who's the third of the trilogy?
Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo. I was gonna say
No,
jokingly.
no. Somebody's-
Henson?
Somebody, shoot, I can't remember if that's it or not. But Jim Henson had some scandal with his family, I think.
His big scandal was that he didn't go to the doctor soon enough.
Oh,
He was supposed to buy a house
Pneumonia.
in Windermere.
Jim Henson?
Yeah, the year he died.
You're thinking of somebody else, though.
yeah. There's like a trilogy of these godlike people who are
godlike.
just good, just
like
good
like
people.
Will Rogers or so Fred Rogers. Yeah, I know. There's somebody else out there.
And Bob Ross wasn't even all that good. He was just,
Who knew Bob Ross would be so popular after his death?
Well,
Like,
he's a-
years after his death. There's pop characters out
he's
there.
a meme. He's a
He's
it's
a
what.
cosplayer now.
We went to 3 different stores
Is
to
he
get.
really?
We went to 3 different stores, including this one, to get the Bob Ross pop character, and they were all out at Christmas time to give to somebody who was a big fan of his.
Did you guys
I
see
think
the-
he's a
speaking of
hipster
pop
hero.
characters, Did you see the documentary on
Funko?
Funko?
Yes. Todd was telling me about that as well. Yes, I saw that. And then recently on the TV show Comic Book Men, they got a tour of the facility before they were given their own pop characters as well. Yeah, Todd asked me that 2 times. Like, have you seen it yet? Have you seen the documentary? It's like, man, what a business. It started out as just Bob's Big Boy. That was the one pop character.
Really?
Because it's like you don't see this anywhere. So he created that, and the company grew from that to what it is now. To
Anyway, Bob Ross, I told you he was a cosplayer, and you go like MegaCon, they had guy dressed up as Deadpool, dressed up as Bob Ross.
That's terrific.
That's awesome.
You just whack the brush off.
What
whack it off.
other things should we be touching on here as we get into the hour and 10-minute mark? I mean, of course, it's 3rd anniversary here at Gods and Monsters, of course.
And
This will be
people are
airing.
streaming
Yeah,
in.
people are streaming in, of course. There's a lot going on here in the lobby. This won't air until Monday on YouTube. But
Yeah, pictures being taken by the mascots over here. We've got balloons. I didn't even notice the balloons. Look, balloons.
Stormtroopers carrying balloons, though.
make sure you always go to the Gods and Monsters Facebook page for the events, because there's always events going on here. They always do
Absolutely.
the trivia nights. There's always things going on at the bar.
Oh yeah, they have movie nights like twice a week.
Lots
I
of
think.
themes,
Just
yeah.
themes. In fact, when Stranger Things 2 came out,
Yes.
they had a viewing party where
of
they
all
just
of the first season again.
Yep.
Yes, I still haven't gotten to season 2 yet.
You should do that. It's good.
It's got to be one of my summer projects right now. Once I
well,
get through.
Heard you got some time.
Ah.
Oh, how's your little podcast thing going with the?
Oh yes, the other podcast I do is the Fort Wilderness podcast. We go on. We sneak into Disney. We go out to Disney, and
Sneak into.
we interview people who just love to camp and go camping at Fort Wilderness. We found some people, just diehard people who just spend there months at a time, sometimes a couple of years. They just live there.
Yeah.
At the campgrounds, and we've done the pilot episode. I called episode 0. Episode 1 just started last week, and we're like
You got to get your camera.
Episode 0's got 500 views so far.
You got to get your camera higher.
camera higher.
Yeah, you want to shoot down on your people. You don't want to shoot level with them.
Is that what I did? I don't
Yeah.
remember. Oh, for the interview I did?
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
saw it. Okay. Well, good. Well, thanks for watching, first of all.
Sure.
But yeah, okay, so the camera was like just too eye level with them? I don't remember. I don't
you
even
want to come
remember.
down on them a little bit.
We hurried it because we were about to get rained on. Every time we go out there, it
we were about to
freaking
get
rains.
we were about to get asked to leave. So
Yes. The thing is, I don't even think I'm so under their radar. I don't think they'd ever care. But we're very happy with it because after the first episode aired a couple of months ago, I called episode 0. People just started sending me messages, text messages, or emails on Facebook, like, "Oh, I want to be on the show. We come
Really?
out there all the
Oh, that's
time."
great.
And so I've got interviews already booked for October, November, December, and January. Like this one couple who lives up north, they always come for like the whole month of December and January. They just live there at the park, and they decorate, for the holidays. And
Now, episode 0 was pretty much
Just
just
a
you
pilot.
and the girls, right?
right.
And then,
But we also did our run through of like
Yeah.
Reese is going to give you a tour of one of the camping loops, and so so it
Oh,
was like
that's
a
good.
real
Okay.
episode
All right.
minus the interview. So yeah, episode 1 just came out last week. We sat down with this couple who, for a living, they own 10 RVs and they just rent them to people. They'll go to Disney and set it up for them. They'll have the kitchen stocked.
All right.
You
Look.
go there and you camp, and then they leave, and then you just leave.
if you've ever owned an RV, you know that is the way to do it.
Right.
Rent an RV,
Have somebody.
give it back.
All you have to do is show up. It's already set up in the
Yeah.
spot. You don't have to back it into the location. You come in. They've got it fully furnished, Disney theme. Like
So they using Disney property as Airbnbs almost?
there you
Kinda,
go.
yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
That's
And
a great business model.
the company, the couple that we interviewed, Dawn and Ray were their names. They're one of the 4 who are recommended directly by Disney. So when people call Disney and say, I want to rent an RV, they're one of the 4 companies where they say, here are the 4 that we recommend. So they've got 10 RVs, and they're constantly always rented out. They said they're there every few days to either set one up or take one down, and they said they love their life. They hang out at Fort Wilderness and Disney all the time.
Owning an RV is like owning something that anything that goes wrong with your house goes wrong with an RV.
Yes.
Anything that goes wrong with a car
Yep.
goes wrong on an RV.
Yep.
And anything that goes wrong on a boat goes wrong
Yeah.
on an RV.
All 3 of those you could say leaking of some kind happens.
Because here's what you don't want to do. You never want to deal with the black water problem.
Oh, on an RV? Yeah, no. You just want to rent it,
Yeah, give it
use
back.
the facility, and then leave.
Give it back.
Right. So a lot of people do that. They said that they'll get people who will stay a week or 2 renting one of their RVs. And the guy, Ray and Dawn, they're so awesome. After we did the interview, and we haven't announced this on our other podcast yet, but I don't think I have a lot of crossover on podcasts to spoil anything. But they said they were really happy with the interview. They loved it. They said they want to give away a week. And I was like, okay, well, what do you mean? He says, we want to give an RV to a deserving family for a whole week, and we'll pay for the site as well as the RV for the
Wow.
week and fully stock the kitchen up for them. Just we feel like we want to just give back and we want to help out. So we're going to put together a commercial for them. And now people they're going to write into us and give us their stories on why they think they deserve the week.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you
they're
have
very
to have
cool.
kids to be part of that?
Yeah,
I guess-
can I win?
Don't. I guess you don't. If your letter that you write is convincing enough, it doesn't matter. And if you're good enough of a writer, just throw in there that you have kids. I don't know.
I have 2 dogs.
So he's going to be giving away a week of time, which just the RV space for a week, I think it's at least $120, depending on the time of year, $120 a night.
Oh
for
my
the,
God,
for
I
the
was-
site.
yeah.
And then, so he said he was going to pay for the site as well as the RV for the week. So
That's,
that's very cool. So we're
yeah,
going to be
that's
giving
nuts.
that. We're going to be giving that away on our next episode. We're going to be
That's great.
announcing that we're going to be giving that away. So then people hopefully will write in letters to us. But yeah, I started getting Facebook emails, Facebook messages from people, and from the YouTube page as well, saying, "Oh, we love the podcast. We want to be on the show." From all around the country, people saying, "Oh, we're going to be there in June. Can we be on the show?" I'm like, "Oh, this is so cool. They're doing all the work for me. I just have to show up and just interview these people."
Cool.
Look at the line of people buying stuff.
I know. There is a line.
This is great.
There's a line just like on episode 1.
Oh my gosh.
There
yeah.
was a line,
They
and
had,
now we're here.
I think they had 4 registers when
Yeah.
when they first opened.
And now here we are, episode 50, and the lines are still here at Gods and Monsters. A successful business.
Hey, at least
run.
people are being nice to you on your YouTube. All people do on mine is tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I'm an idiot.
For which one? The
car
Miata
one,
one?
yeah.
Which you said you did stop doing.
Yeah.
Greg
But-
started up a YouTube page on doing work on your Miatas if they needed work done.
Yeah.
And he stopped doing that.
Now I'm doing one more because I bought some stuff for the new one.
Oh,
So,
you're bringing it
yeah.
back? Oh, you're coming back for one final
video,
episode?
One video for the new one.
And then that'll be it? You'll close
Probably.
that down?
No, I mean it'll always be there, but
But no more.
no. All
future episodes
people
after
do
that.
is tell me what a dummy I am and how I've screwed this up or screwed that up.
But
I'm
that's
like,
kinda
okay,
what the
well, thank
point
you,
is. You
thank you.
even-
I've been driving them for the last year, and nothing's wrong.
But you'll even say that in the episode, like, "Look, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're just going to do this on camera and let's see what happens."
pretty much.
I mean, that's how sometimes YouTube shows are run. It's you do unboxings with
It's
stuff.
just a car. What could go wrong?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, it is really picked up here. I can't see. Can you see what it's like outside?
No.
Can't tell if it looks busy or not, but everybody's in the store and once again standing in line purchasing items here at
Oh,
Gods
I
and
needed
Monsters.
I wanted to ask Todd what the Pepe's Cantina was like.
Oh, yeah, and that's one thing that has changed since we were here a year ago. They've changed owners on the business next door, but, another food establishment has opened up. And I believe the record store is still next door.
Oh, yeah, they never closed.
So that's something else you can look forward to here at I almost said Crossroads Plaza. It's not Crossroads.
It's not?
It's the Orlando Crossings. Crossroads is the one at Disney World.
Oh, that's right, at Disney.
Which is being closed, by the way. We talked about that on our last episode.
Yeah, I can't believe that's
Yeah,
going down.
after all those years. That's been around.
Are they putting something else there?
I think it's being kind of acquired by Orlando for loops and traffic and exits and entrances and stuff like that. So yeah,
No more
Crossroads.
Albertsons.
Yeah,
no
the Goodings. They got Goodings there.
Yeah.
Crossroads has got one of the last few Uno's pizza places too in the country.
By the way, there's a place where I-4 and 4 for everybody who doesn't live here enjoy. There's a place at I-4 and 408.
Yes.
Where it looks like they're putting highways about 300 feet
Way
in
up in the air. And they've been there a couple of years, and you're like,
what is going on?
Whenever you're out there, it's like, who uses these things? I know. There's no city or town anywhere near these roads.
So it's just a big interchange between I-4 and 408. But
Right.
It reminds me of when you're driving down 95 through to Miami.
Yes.
There's some interchange down there where it's just like,
It's just crazy.
holy, this is the future.
Right. Yeah. It's way up in the air.
Yep.
And that's funny. When I do drive there occasionally, it's like there's no other cars around. I feel like there's nobody who are using all these roads.
Yeah.
Did they think a town was going to eventually come this way, or is it just happens to be where the interchange is? And
Yeah, so when that's done, that's going to be... well, I can't wait for I-4 to be done. It's just, this is a
I know.
mess.
It's a mess. It's a huge mess. I know. All right. Well, what do you say?
Oh, you're wrapping it up.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah,
You
we can wrap it up. That's fine.
I don't know what else we've got. I've got other events going on this evening, but
I'm sorry. I just take this opportunity to talk to you because I
we never
see
get a
you
chance
anymore.
to catch up at all. That's true. That's true.
Thank
well-
you for letting me come on. too.
Oh,
That was
absolutely. You got any podcasting questions you could think of? Because he found me like a starter kit that he found online that he was going to purchase. It comes with the software to record out of your computer. It comes with a little mixer. It comes with the microphones. It's like
Oh,
a
for
little
podcasting.
podcasting
Yeah,
starter
yeah,
kit
yeah.
that he could get. Your show would probably be a visual show, though, wouldn't it? If it's going to be about droid building, would you want to be doing yours on video like we do, or does it just want to be
I think
audio?
it's pretty much audio, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, there's are a few YouTube channels that do visual,
Sure.
but I'd rather keep it audio and kind of give direction. and,
Sure.
stuff like that.
Well, that's good.
Well, you can spend as little or as much as you want on a podcasting
It's true.
studio because
It's true.
holy crap, you can spend some money if you want to.
Yeah. Or you can spend nothing.
Or you can spend nothing and just get a little Blue Yeti microphone and plug it into your computer.
I mean,
that's
you already
it.
had your microphones, right? I already
Yeah.
had mine.
Yeah.
The GoPro I already had. So the only thing I really bought was that $80 mixer, $70-$80 mixer.
So is there a program when you download this,
No.
like, say, to
Like,
a
yeah.
podcast? Is there like
Oh, to a place to
a
put it
place
up
to-
online?
yeah.
I use Podbean, which cost nothing until I realized I just used up all my space. It's one of those that costs you like $36 a year.
Oh, that's not bad.
And it'll store all your audio, and then you just link it to iTunes.
Okay.
So now I've even forgotten how to do that. Now I did it once, so I know every time I load the episode to Podbean, a couple of hours later, it just shows up on iTunes.
Oh, wow.
So I don't even remember the steps I did to do that now. I do that not for this show. This show is YouTube only. But my new one that I do, the Fort Wilderness one, I do on audio as well because I called the show Fort Wilderness Podcast.
That's
So I
cool
guess that
though.
means I
It
should
seems
do it.
easy where you just upload it and it
It is.
automatically does
Upload
it.
and it gives you a page that you can write your description and you got a pretty background and all that, and then underneath you can just push the play button.
Oh, good.
Or you can download it as well. I haven't looked at any of that to see who's even using. I don't know. Like the show that we do at Disney, you figured people would want to see it, not hear it. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I did it
it's
anyway.
pretty out there. You might as well.
Yeah,
have
might
the
as well
video.
make it
Yeah.
visual. Yeah, these are all just TV shows that aren't on TV. I always wanted God's Monsters to be visual and not just an audio podcast. I suppose I could go back and put all 150 episodes on iTunes.
You should.
Yeah, I should. I'm not going to do that.
There's got to be you know what? There's got to be an automated way where you say, "Here's all my YouTube videos. Please just record the audio
Oh,
and throw them out there."
that
to,
would be good.
to some podcast.
But then you got to make them each a separate episode. No, but there might be a way
Why
somewhere.
can't they just take each video and say that's an episode.
I'm gonna Google.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm
you
gonna
can do
Google YouTube to iTunes and see what pops up.
Yeah.
See if somebody will just do that converting for me. So where can people find you online, Aaron? If people are interested in finding out about your droids.
I'm on Facebook, Aaron Barnhill. Nothing too spectacular. I do post a lot of stuff like what I'm doing and whatnot.
And you, and
Because
as
it's
I said,
fascinating stuff that you do. I mean, not a whole lot of people
building
build
droids is fun. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's-
and far fewer probably even build R2 units. So
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
we
that
have,
would be interesting.
Well, we're wide, but we have a good group here in Florida. Our
Grant-
club is called Southern R2 Builders.
Southern R2 Builders. Okay.
Yeah.
You have a
So-
Facebook page for that?
We do. We have a fan page, and then we have our closed group page. But you can
Gotcha.
go to the fan page and then post whatever you want there.
You guys meet like monthly or so, or you get together, or only at conventions?
We try to at least meet once every other month or something like that. We actually partnered up with a makerspace right down the road.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. Yeah, Makerspace.
Yeah. Can I say the name?
Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Maker FX.
Maker FX.
Yeah,
Is that just F and X?
F
okay,
and X.
Maker FX.
It's produced by Maker Effect, which is a nonprofit organization that puts on Maker Fair every year. I don't know if you've ever been to Maker Fair.
No, but I've heard about it.
Right.
Yes.
So you can go to that place, and they do open house on Fridays, but it costs per month if you want to use their tools and
Sure.
stuff like that. But you just go there and make things. So we're actually
I've actually heard of places like that.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and the money pretty much goes to basically run the place, the lights and
Sure.
they need stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's a great place. I mean, we're doing a big meetup on July 7th. We're partnering up with them, and then 501st can come out and do whatever, and any other fan groups can come out and make things.
Very cool.
So
Oh, I was kind of hoping we'd see 501st here today. We haven't
Yeah.
seen them in a while. I know.
They're
They're busy.
busy.
They are
They're
very
very
busy.
busy.
I think ever since Disney purchased Star Wars, it's like they're revved up. They're busy all the time doing stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, May the 4th was their busiest day.
Yeah. That's like the day where they are unavailable for anybody that wants them because
Pretty
they're busy.
much.
They're out
Is
at
that-
Disney.
Everything has-
Disney
Is that
like
a special day or something?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's right before Cinco de Mayo. Oh. Wait, that's Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, it's
There's
right
a
around
lot
that time
going
as
on
well.
that
That's a
day.
crazy time.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be back here again soon. It's been a while. We were here it was like a month since we've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
We used to get in good every week, but it's getting harder and harder.
Let's work on monthly. Let's see if we can do a monthly thing.
Just do a monthly thing
Yeah.
instead of because not be so focused on it's time to let's go every week. You're right. We should just be monthly. Give Todd a chance to update us on the
Friday
store.
nights. I'm a single guy. I got nothing to do.
No, we did Friday nights for that whole first few years. We
2
were
years,
doing
yeah.
Friday nights.
Yep.
Yeah. So here we are, episode 150.
Yay,
It
we
only
made
feels
it.
like 10 or so, but yeah, it's 150 episodes.
Thank you again for having me on.
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
awesome.
I keep us updated on your progress with your podcast as well, and let us know if you're going to bring the R2 unit in here. We'll try and work that around when you
Right on.
do an episode because we'd like to see those for sure.
Vice versa. If you're here, I'll try to bring him in.
Excellent.
Perfect, great.
We'll try and let people know ahead of time when we're going to tape. I didn't do that this time. Of course, I thought people would know. It's the anniversary show.
Yeah.
We'll be here, but in the future, maybe I'll give a heads up, like, hey, we're going to tape an episode this Friday or whatever, and we'll let people know. We'll let you know as well.
Thank you.
All right, Greg. Anything else you want to add? You want to give us a plug? Where can we find you?
I'm online.
Oh, good.
So,
Just do a search. Just search for Greg online.
no, I don't think I'm doing anything all that new. I'm working on some short films. Really getting into that lately. I'm working with 2 different production companies.
Good.
One is called Broken Futon, and one is called, oh my God, I can't remember what the other one is called. But yes, it's out of actually, what's that place in Europe? It's called London. It's
There
a
you
it's
go.
a London-based company, and I can't remember what the damn name of the title of whatever. But anyway, working on a few films with that, and working on a few of my own things.
Good.
So things are in the works.
Good. Things are in the works for you. I'm working on the Fort Wilderness podcast. Look, I made business cards here. You guys have business cards.
Hey, great.
Fort Wilderness podcast.
Ooh, they're even like shiny, like embossed. With,
I made them. What's the Vista print? Like I did. It didn't cost like $1 extra to make them all shiny.
Yeah,
and
they're
pretty.
nice.
And Fort Wilderness podcast I'm working on as well. Of course, the Gods and Monsters podcast. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Gods and Monsters Facebook page. And please come on out to the store to celebrate year 3.
Buy something.
And come out and buy something and come check them out. This is up on after the anniversary show, but please come on out here. They're always happy to see you.
Bar's open in a half hour.
Yes, bar's open. Come out and say hi to Jen.
And if
Jen.
you don't want to buy something for yourself, buy something for me.
That's
Yeah, there you
right.
go.
That's right. There's Aaron's phone number at the bottom of the screen here if you want to give him something. Thank you. Thanks for watching again, everyone. We hope to see you again here soon. We'll try and do more of a monthly thing now and get out here more often. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.
Try the butterscotch beer. It's delicious.
I heard it was good, yes. Bye.
Bye.